Welcome back to my channel. Today we will analyze one of the most prized characters currently in DC, Dark Legion, Wonder Woman Death Metal, also known as Diana Prince. From her debut, Wonder Woman Death Metal made a strong impression not only with her unique design, but also with an extremely powerful skill set. She is defined as a sustained DPS, a source of sustained damage, and at the same time an indispensable pillar for Amazon's teams. However, there's a very big barrier to owning her, namely the prerequisite. You must surpass level 65 in the Pandemonium of Hell event. According to estimates and community experience, to reach this milestone, players may need to spend a significant amount of money, possibly up to $500 to $1,000 to buy a chainsaw. So the most important question is Wonder Woman Death Metal truly worth such a large investment? In this video, we will dissect each skill in detail, analyze the value she brings to the team, and finally make a frank decision. Should you skip her or acquire this character at all costs? Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please subscribe to the channel to await more great videos from my channel. Now, let's get started. To truly understand whether Wonder Woman Death Metal is worth the amount
This
of
is
money we
about
have
to
to
get
spend,
loud.
we need to dive deep into the core of her power, starting with her basic skill called Metalwork. This skill immediately defines Diana's combat style. Instead of relying solely on ATK like most DPS characters, she deals physical damage by combining 1200% ATK plus 1200% of her own physical DF. This means that to maximize her damage, players must build her as a tank DPS, a warrior who is both extremely durable and capable of delivering devastating damage. The 1200% ATK scaling is massive, even higher than Deathstroke's skill 1, because it also adds 200% DF and hits in an area. Although it only affects enemies close to her, it's still extremely powerful. You can pair her with characters that can group enemies together to fully optimize her strength. Next, her damage and durability are further enhanced by two incredibly important passive skills. The first is Wrought Iron, which grants a massive 100% physical pen. With this impressive armor penetration, Diana's physical damage is barely reduced by enemy defenses, ensuring she remains a consistent threat, especially effective against tanky characters with high defense stats. Additionally, regaining 20 energy whenever nearby enemies are defeated helps shorten the cooldown of her ultimate in prolonged battles. The second is Bonds of Sisterhood, a skill that directly optimizes Diana's role in an Amazon's team. This ability reduces the physical damage she takes, and the reduction increases based on the number of Amazon allies deployed, stacking up to 4 times. This further reinforces her tank DPS identity, making her an incredibly durable frontline warrior who's difficult to take down. On top of that, most Amazon teammates often possess skills that boost the team's physical DF, allowing her to deal even more damage overall. However, the true peak of Wonder Woman Death Metal's power lies in her ultimate. When activated, she instantly enters a super armor state, becoming completely immune to all crowd control effects from enemies. During this time, her basic attacks are replaced by chain lightning attacks that hit up to 5 enemies at once, with a very powerful damage formula of 400% ATK plus 400% physical DF. Most importantly, after her ultimate ends, she grants all Amazon allies a 100% physical DF buff that lasts until the end of the battle. This is an incredibly valuable support buff, not only making the Amazon team tankier, but also indirectly increasing her own damage output. Because of this, Wonder Woman Death Metal is not just a reliable DPS source, but also an irreplaceable support pillar, turning any Amazon lineup into a force that combines explosive damage with unbelievable endurance. With such tremendous power coming from her skill set, we now need to look at the third factor, whether her legacy is truly necessary to fully optimize the character. This legacy reinforces her existing power through two main effects. The first is Amp It Up, which extends Diana's strongest phase. Specifically, after using her ultimate, she becomes exempt from energy consumption for 5 seconds. Remember, her ultimate state normally drains energy continuously, so this 5-second exemption effectively prolongs her super armor state and her chain lightning area damage for a significant duration. This allows her to inflict tons of additional damage while remaining immune to crowd control, a massive advantage in intense PvP battles. The second effect, and arguably the more important one, is Encore. This effect not only grants her an extra 40% physical DF, which indirectly increases her damage output due to her hybrid damage mechanic, but also provides a massive benefit to the entire team, restoring 600 energy to all other allies after she uses her ultimate. This is an extremely rare and powerful team-wide energy recovery mechanic. Instantly granting 600 energy can allow her teammates, especially other DPS or key support characters, to activate their ultimates almost immediately after Diana. In other words, the legacy turns Wonder Woman Death Metal into an energy engine, capable of not only maintaining her own damage and durability, but also accelerating the entire team's combat pace to a whole new level. I'm honestly not sure if that 600 energy value is a game display error, because it seems absurdly high. From what I know, 100 energy is already enough to use an ultimate. If you've played a Legion of Doom team, you'll understand. Lex Luthor only grants plus 40 energy, yet that already lets teammates trigger their ultimates much earlier. Sinestro provides 25 energy at just 5 white stars, and it already looks like it boosts about 50% of the energy bar. So a flat 600 energy is extremely high, and since you can equip this legacy on any hero to use its effect, I suspect this might be a bug. So I recommend not buying it immediately. Wait a few days until I or another YouTuber can test it thoroughly before making a decision. Therefore, it's clear that to fully optimize her value and make her one of the top meta characters, obtaining and equipping this legacy is essential. Once again, this emphasizes that owning Wonder Woman Death Metal is just the first step. Acquiring this piece of equipment is the true key to unlocking her full potential. Now that we've evaluated the incredible power she brings, it's time to face the reality, the cost of achieving all of this. After witnessing the overwhelming power that Wonder Woman Death Metal brings, from her role as a tank DPS and energy engine to her ability to permanently buff the DEF of Amazon allies, we can't avoid the core question of this video. Is she really worth the price to obtain? The reality is that the barrier to acquiring Diana is extremely high. She isn't a character that can be easily summoned. Players must reach level 65 in the Pandemonium of Hell event, a challenge that consumes a huge amount of resources. As you can see, the Fragments of Truth items required to exchange for Wonder Woman Death Metal shards can only be obtained by completing these event milestones. Based on community experience and the structure of similar events, pushing the event progress to level 65, or even higher to collect enough shards to upgrade her stars, is estimated to cost around $500 to $1,000 USD, mainly through purchasing weekly bundles to get the Chainsaw of Truth. That's not a small amount of money, so your decision must come with a clear strategy. We can divide players into 3 main groups to consider. First, the free-to-play or low-spending players. If you fall into this category, my honest advice is to skip this opportunity and focus on Wonder Girl instead. Owning Diana is only the beginning. Upgrading her stars and equipping her legacy is an even longer and more expensive journey. Second, the mid-spending players, those willing to spend a few $100s but still cautious. If you don't plan to build a strong Amazons team, or if you don't have enough resources to upgrade her legacy, owning her right now won't bring out her full potential and may end up being a waste. Only consider her if you already have a solid Amazon lineup and see her as the perfect piece to strengthen your team. Finally, the top-ranking or whale players who chase the meta. For this group, Wonder Woman Death Metal is a mandatory investment. She's a meta-defining unit capable of both supporting and dealing damage, especially in prolonged battles that require high endurance. She's the key to achieving maximum performance in harder modes and ranked PvP. Personally, I find that at 5 white stars, she's not truly strong or only powerful for players in lower ranks because she's the team's main damage dealer. So if you plan to invest, you should aim for 5 purple or gold stars, and ideally 5 red stars if your budget allows. However, there's still one event that hasn't been opened yet, Nightfall Siege. It's possible that once it's released, there might be something new. Maybe a way for free-to-play or low-spending players to earn more Fragments of Truth to exchange for Wonder Woman Death Metal, or to obtain more chainsaws to reach level 65 more easily. This is just my speculation since we currently have no concrete information about that event. Let's wait and see together. I'm personally keeping my vouchers for that day. If nothing changes, I might also put all my resources into Wonder Girl, like, because I definitely don't have enough money to reach level 65. And honestly, in most servers, very few players can afford it, which makes her a rare character. I'll probably just wait to see if she appears in Bleed later. It could happen, or maybe not. Similar to Green Lantern, a strong support character who has never appeared anywhere unless you spend money. I think I'll end the video here. I've already shared all my advice, personal opinions, and detailed analysis. The final decision is, of course, up to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.